Hey, what's up? All God's blessings to you, collective. I just wish the best for you. I'm full of love for you. And I didn't really prepare anything to say. I know I have something to say. But I, one of the things that came to me is that I remembered what my daughter's papa, her grandfather or grandpapa, said to me when he was prone to give his oldest daughter away for her wedding. And it was a very nice, very beautiful wedding. It was at this resort in some place in not northern British Columbia. British Columbia is huge, but like in the wild, forested area of British Columbia. I can't remember exactly what it's called. It wasn't Kamloops necessarily, but it wasn't Vancouver either. But he had rented out this large kind of log cabin, but it was like really fancy. And the wedding itself was on a lake. When they were getting married, he flew in with his daughter on a seaplane on the lake. It was nice. It was fancy. It was classy, right? And my daughter's papa was a pretty classy dude. You know what I'm saying? I respect him. Anyway, one day, like right before the wedding, so we had already. I think we were driving to this, like I said, remote location, and he was just like deep in thought. He was writing. I think he was writing with a pen and paper. I'm pretty sure he was. But then he would write and he would think. And I was making conversation with him, so I asked him. I was like, "What are you up to?" He was like, "I'm writing my speech, for the reception dinner or whatever." And I don't even know when he was supposed to get his speech. Maybe it was reception dinner. But he was writing the speech that he was going to give. And when he gave the speech, ultimately, it was a great speech. But I saw how much time he was spending on it and how diligent he was as he was preparing his speech. And I asked him, how, I was just making conversation, oh, so that's what you're doing? I mean, how long you been preparing, whatever. And I said at some point during the conversation, I think I mentioned, I'm sure it's going to be an excellent speech. I mean, because you're putting so much diligence and thought into it. And what he said to me, taught me some wisdom that I'm going to carry with me. I carry with me. I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life. I'm going to, teach anybody like my daughter, if it ever becomes appropriate. And about the preparation, he said, "Yeah, I'm writing it. I don't want to get up there and look like an idiot." And it's important to do our preparations in advance so that we make a good impression. But it's not necessarily about impressions. I'm sure for him it was about love, and it wasn't even about the money that he had spent on his daughter's wedding, and about even like it being like such an important event that everybody was going to be looking at him. I'm sure he was doing it out of love for his daughter, that he was willing to devote such dedication and devotion into, like I said, not necessarily making a good impression, but making the right impression on the guests for the sake of his daughter, out of love, right? And so I did not prepare what I'm going to say. I'm speaking extemporaneously, but it's certainly out of love. It's out of love for you, collective. And I know that the point of what I wanted to get at, and the reason that I wanted to add my contribution today, is it occurs to me, collective, occurs to me, chosen collective, occurs to me Starseed Collective. It occurs to me family, soul family. But now is the time. Now is the time for us to come forward. We've been talking, we've been hearing about the end times. We've been talking about this for hundreds and thousands of years now. End times prophecy, right? And of course, there are many things that will soon come to pass. But for us, collective, for us, chosen, starseed, for us, loving and greatly loved by the Most High God, angels, all of heaven, if not the earth. For us, it is certainly, especially time for us to come forward. A lot of things are happening, not only in the world right now, but a lot of things are going on in our very lives collectively. And when, of course, when I say collective, I'm getting at the, suggesting that in many of these things that we suffer alone, we might even suffer in silence, or feel like we're alone, right? And whether we're silent or whether we cry out or not, or make a video, we're not alone. And but we are together. We're certainly together on many things. I was just watching a stream from one of my favorite streamers. I don't think she would mind if I mentioned her name. I of him. I thought it was I of him, but she said it's I of him Oracle, and it inspired me. I watched another stream a little bit earlier than that, and it inspired me in a different way. But when I was watching this last stream, oh my goodness, I just forgot my train of thought. Anyway, I was watching that, and it was significant. I'll come back to it in any case. What I'm really getting at is the fact that now is the time. And this is the time that, like I said, collective, soul family, many of us are going through many of the same things. I was just in that stream, and one of the chatters in the stream, he gave a super chat, and there was some text underneath the super chat, and he mentioned something along the lines of, he was like, I suspect that my girlfriend just cheated on me. And then he said her name. He was like, her name is such and such, and she's done this before, and what have you. And I wanted to write a response and say, man, I'm sorry that you're going through that, family. Sorry you're going through that, collective. I didn't respond just because, I'm really not that sorry. But just the fact that we're both in that stream together. And I don't know if you ever seen IFM Oracle or not, but she's entertaining and wise young lady, very beautiful. But my point is, many of us join that stream. She has a lot of followers, and she speaks about things that obviously are of interest to all of the participants that are there. And these are very heart-wrenching stories and prophecies, oracles, and deep levels of intricate understanding about what's going on the planet with us spiritually and in a very real-time sense that affects our lives here on earth. And so when that person was talking about his heartbreak over his whether his girlfriend is cheating or not, she probably is. I mean, I wanted to say, I'm sorry, that many of us that are here in this chat, that are in this collective, many of us have experienced something similar that you're going through now. And the reason that I didn't say that I'm sorry is because it's not my fault. It's not his fault. But even more importantly, I'm not sorry. It's probably a good thing that this is happening with him now. God probably, and his angels, ancestors, and spirit team, like for instance, IFM is a spirit guide, right? Part of his spirit team, part of my spirit team. He's part of my spirit team. I'm part of his spirit team. We're in this together. We're not alone. And many of us are going through many of the same type of things. Deep betrayal, infidelity, heartbreak, isolation, just the sensation that we feel intuitively that something very nefarious is going on all around us. And when we look at it from a higher perspective, we can see that these very diabolical, insidious activities that certainly have been going on for a long time, but are definitely now affecting us personally and collectively in our own lives. These things are happening all across the planet. And, as Starseed, as chosen, we are in many ways isolated, even without the spiritual activation and the reorientation that we're receiving, like I said, from our guides, our angels, our ancestors, the Most High God. Thank you, Lord. To reorient us. Because just as I was going to tell that person, the reason that these things are happening to us, we learn as we proceed through this process. I'm sorry for making all this noise with this bottle. But anyway, we learn that a lot of people that we love, we might have hoped that loved us back. A lot of the people that we thought that we loved. I mean, collective. We're in this together. We're full of love. We have love to give. And we're capable of holding love for even those that don't love us back. We're capable of holding love for those that might not even necessarily deserve it, right? But it's the Spirit of God that dwells in us. And you know that God is love. We don't just think that we love. We know that we love because that's who we are. Right? So we hope that they love us in return. But all of us are humans here. Well, actually, you know what a human is. I mean, in the best case, is we are spiritual beings that are having a human experience in human bodies, right? And so, you know what they say about humans, it's the thing that makes us human. To err is human. To be in error is a defining characteristic of being human. To feel is human. And hopefully those feelings that we have are feelings of love, compassion, grace, generosity, joy. But even in the case of heartbreak, betrayal, sadness and loneliness, of isolation, and a pain that can cut and burrow and burn even much deeper than that. This is our humanity, and it's fortunate that we have this because it teaches us wisdom, compassion, and if it wasn't for the pain and the experience of betrayal, whether they can come with us or not, whether divine feminine or divine masculine are reunited in unity and love or not. I just lost my train of thought. But whether these are the cases or not, these experiences and the isolation that we're led to, not only the isolation of emotion, but isolation maybe from our family, from our friends. In the case of narcissistic relationship, which is a spiritual warfare, if collective, because cross watchers maybe but my collective, we're empaths, we're empathetic, we're compassionate, we're full of love, we're full of hope, and it's very important for us in these critical times. Now is the time for us to come forward, right? And what I'm getting at is, I got a call coming from my aunt. I'm not gonna take it, but I'm glad that I have somebody call me. Anyway, I'm gonna call you right back, Aunt Liz. Love you. Anyway, what was I just saying?